Who's hosting? Is it me?
Sure, go for it.
Let me hide my shiny head. I had ice in my mouth. I wasn't ready. Hi, welcome to the show, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Tonight we got a hell of a show for you.
A weird one.
By two wonderful co-hosts. Down below, I'm going to go that way. Down below, I've got Gio. Gio, still petitioning for that Inhumans Omnibus?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we all hope for the best. And then to my side here, we have the king of shonen themselves, Colleen. How are you today?
Feeling very shonen.
Very shonen. Right in time
very shonen.
for the Shoujose Awards.
Yeah, the king of shonen will be hosting the Shoujose Awards tomorrow.
That's
There
awesome.
you go. So,
where is that streaming? Or
on my Twitch, which is Colleen's Manga Rex. Same as everything else.
Well, I'm going to find the link and post it on the description so people can check it out.
I was involved in some way.
It's going to be an absolute mess because I have never really done Twitch like this before. So just expect an absolute disaster if you come and watch. I will be drinking and I will be in a suit.
I tried Twitch a year ago, and I streamed for almost an hour until I realized after 50-some minutes the audio wasn't working. So if people just listen to a mute stream of a game, I think it was Metroid, and I was just flip-flapping, blah, 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 and nobody could hear a damn thing. And I had like one or two random people on. So that was embarrassing. I'm like, I'm out of here. Bye.
And no one said anything?
Nope. No, because they kept jumping back and forth. I think they were trying to like see if it was an audio issue on their end. They would, you know how sometimes you refresh the page, but eventually they left, and I saw like 0 people watching. I'm like, I'll just keep streaming for the hell of it. I was muted.
That's so mean that they didn't say anything. I would have.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I've never done Twitch before at all, but yeah. Well, at the very you can say that your stream. The very least, you can say the stream tomorrow is not going to be like 7 hours long.
No, it won't. It will be at most an hour.
I think it'll go past that.
7 hours with a lackluster conclusion.
Wait, what time is it? What time is the stream?
7 p.m. Central Time.
Central. So my over here would be 9 p.m. Got it.
I was thinking there would be a bigger discrepancy, like between the time zones for some reason.
Actually, you guys are 2 hours behind, and East Coast is 1 hour, and then Pacific is 4 hours.
Specific.
So, and next year they're trying to pass a bill, Congress, to permanently shut down daylight saving time. So that would mean it would no longer be observed, if that's a proper term. And I don't know why we're talking about this, but indulge me. So that would mean I would have the same time zone as the East Coast permanently.
Fun fact.
There you go.
That is
you learn stuff. You learn stuff on this chat, on this podcast, aside from manga.
So we're talking about weird stuff, weird reads. Is that what you titled Weird Reads?
Yes. What the hell did I title this? We were going to talk about Moriking. I still want to talk about it, just to follow up on that.
Yeah.
And I decided to include other weird manga. However, let me remind you guys that if you want manga, your place to go is InStockTrades.com, your home for all things collected editions, whether it be an omnibus, trade paperback, manga, and so much more. Deals up to 50%. You can all find it at InStock Trades. Orders of $50 or more gets you free shipping in the US. Fantastic customer service, wonderful packaging. That's InStockTrades.com, the official sponsor of Omnibros Live here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. Shout out to IT.
Weird manga, weird stuff. I got a bunch of weird stuff in the mail today, and by weird I mean it was not typical like manga related stuff that I can. Well, some of it is manga related, but
It counts.
I decided to buy the entire Futurama box set,
Ooh.
so I can watch all of Futurama at my own.
Does that include the revival rebooted thingamajig, the
Yes.
new series?
Is the whole series plus the movies
Nice.
in one pretty box. It's DVD, not Blu-ray. That's the only thing that sucks. But it was cheap. Like for the whole thing, I think it was about $50 for like the entire series.
That's not bad. Yeah.
So I got that. That's the thing that's like very non-manga related. I got my. So I already showed the first one, but there's two more of the One Piece card game decks. So the first one,
Those spines look amazing.
Straw Hats, and the second one is the Worst Generation. The third one is the Seven Warlords, and the fourth one is the Animal Kingdom Pirates. So got a whole lot of stuff.
The One Piece car set, the Chihayafuru One Piece collab.
And a booster box.
I was just going to ask. You showed me that earlier, and I was wondering, does that game have booster packs? And yeah, it does.
24 booster packs. It has a box promotion pack. One card per pack. So let's live
unboxing. Here we go. Twitch.
Let's see what's in there, because I have no idea. I can't open this efficiently either. I was trying to, and then it was like, oh no, I'm going to tear everything.
Don't get nervous now. Just millions of people watching you right now.
Don't mess it up. Don't rip the card.
Any second now.
Oh no.
Hold on. You got it. I need some music to play with this. Hold on.
Okay, here we go. I got Neko Mamushi.
Oh, I have no idea who that is. But it looks really cool.
I was going to say, Gio, you have not come anywhere close to that.
No, not at all.
So that was the promotion pack. And just for funsies, I'm going to open one pack of the cards.
Yay.
I've seen the cards, but I haven't, not how a pack is. Like, I haven't seen it outside of the decks and stuff. So let's open this up. I just manhandled that. So I've got Krieg.
Wait. There you go.
A very thick card.
That's what she said.
Yes. Green Star Rafflesia. Speed.
That's cool.
That last one was actually a thick card. That last one was actually a thick card.
Yeah, that's pretty thick.
Hey, baby. Elephants Marshu. So we got some of them that have manga art and some have anime art.
Ooh.
Kanjuro.
Ooh.
Babanuki.
Ooh.
Oh, here we go. Killer. It's a cool one. Sasaki.
Another thick card.
They all thick.
Mm-hmm.
That's that SZA song from the SNL sketch.
Yeah, I like big boys. Paradise Waterfall. Here's a hollow card, Overheat. And then we've got Page 1. So that's the second holographic card that came in there.
Ironic that it's the last one and it says Page 1.
Page 1. So that was my first pack of One Piece cards. So as the night goes on, eventually I will open the rest of these. But for now,
have you read the instructions yet, or nope?
I have not read them. Maybe I'll take this going on vacation, and maybe I'll take the cards so that maybe my brother-in-law wants to play with me. I don't know.
Or if you find somebody random in the streets, you can challenge them.
Yes.
And if they win, I don't know what they get, but if you win, like you get their soul, or you send them to the
Shadow Realm.
To the what was it called in Yu-Gi-Oh? The Shadow Realm.
It's the Shadow Realm.
Yep.
Also got the Lesbian Brothel series.
Hey now.
One thick.
Censor.
So that one was thick. We talked about this 2 episodes ago?
Yep.
So when I saw it like in the new releases on Right Stuff, I was like,
Why
Let's
not?
and the last thing that I have, which I'm not going to show because it'll take a long time. Maybe I'll pull
Show
them
it. We got time. We got 40 minutes.
out. A bunch of T-shirts.
Wait, what?
A bunch
Okay.
of T-shirts.
Oh, I think I know what that is. Is that from what's the name of this website? Wait. Cavity Colors?
No,
Damn
these
it.
are all I ordered from Teespring,
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
but it's a bunch of Weeby T-shirts because I felt like buying some T-shirts. And here's the star of the show is the Hamtaro shirt. Oh god damn it!
Woo!
Yo,
Hamtaro.
it's pretty sick.
It's a glitched out Hamtaro. That is the coolest shit. I'm so excited.
If you ever become like an anonymous hacker or something like that, you can use that as your
My
header,
avatar.
profile, avatar, whatever.
All right.
By the way, speaking of Hamtaro, Riley, I saw what was it? Another YouTuber has nothing to do with anime and manga. It's a gaming channel, and they had bought retro toys, and one of them was the Halloween Hamtaro set from Burger King.
Oh
And
my god.
I thought of you guys because they look amazing and they're super expensive on eBay. They're like 20 to $30 for that crap.
Oh my
And
god.
I say that
I used to have those.
One of them has like a witch's mask or
Yeah.
Frankenstein.
I
Looks
think
pretty cool.
the one that usually wears a yellow sheet, I think it's Penelope. I can't remember, but there was a ghost one where
Yeah.
Penelope was wearing a white sheet instead to be a ghost. Oh my god.
Let me see if I can find a picture. Oh, there we go. Hold on, let me do that. Yeah. So they unboxed that on the channel, and it was I think they're selling for a couple bucks.
This this has a few of them. I don't know if that's the full set, but it's at $46.99 plus $13.65 shipping.
That's a lot for Hamtaro. Sorry.
You should try to get the little, oh god, they were kind of like Polly Pockets, but I used to have they were like Hamtaro toys, and the hamsters themselves were like kind of Polly Pocket, like squishy plastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was like you could have their houses and you could connect them together. It was like one of my favorite toys I had. That and like Littlest Pet Shop. Those were my faves.
Like these playsets.
Yes.
Wow. I've never seen that before.
This
They're
is
so cute.
like $40 for that set.
I'm not gonna buy that. Okay.
You should see how much the big Hamtaro clubhouse would be. Because I had 3 of them. I had the clubhouse, I had one of like the small houses, I think it was Penelope's house, and then one more. And then I think I had most of the hamsters.
Steph sent me a video on TikTok the other day of someone who had collected the entire set of the little minifigures, and my reaction was just, "Oh my god!"
Oh my god!
Now this I like. I'm a huge fan of Universal Monsters, so I would get this if it wasn't so expensive for what it is.
So
Look,
This
here's-
one is going for $20. Like what the hell?
there's the video that she sent me of all the little things, and I'll do it with the sound as well, so y'all can hold on.
After all these years, finally, we have them all.
I was like,
I think I saw the same video too.
and you didn't send it to me?
I think I sent it to my friend from grade school instead, since we both collected those.
You did send me the Hamtaro filter video though.
Hayden, how's it going, you beautiful manga people? Thank you so much, Hayden, for joining.
Just loving some Hamtaro right now, you know.
Futurama Complete Series box didn't age well, did it? Futurama return next year with new episodes.
Yeah, that's why with this one, I was glad that the box is just literally the seasons in a bigger box, because then I can just get the further seasons as it goes. But I was before this, before we started, I was talking to Colleen about like I don't know how they're gonna restart it because it ended so like succinctly. Like the series ended perfectly in a way that like, you know, I not to spoil it for anyone, but like you really couldn't continue. It's a loop.
Well, you can do an alternate universe or something.
Like maybe they go
They
back.
had kids, and it's about the kids, and he's dead now.
Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but like it. Spoiler alert, people, for Futurama, but the series plays out where like Fry and Leela live their entire life and then like come to the end of the universe together, and then the universe restarts, and it like the last episode was aired and then the first episode played directly after, so it was like the implication was the show ended with the like restart of the universe, and so like it restarted again from episode 1, and so it's supposed to be like a loop, like a time loop, where it's just constantly recurring because it's you know Fry basically coming to be like, you know, I'm supposed to be with Leela. This is our destiny, is to continue to live eternity together in this loop. So I don't know what they're gonna like, if they're gonna like veer off and be like, yeah, well that happened, but maybe when
it sounds exhausting.
It comes around for a loop and then he goes and does something wrong, and so I don't know what they'll do.
Oh my god. Or we were just getting topic, don't worry. How are you all? Today's National Cupcake Day, so have a cupcake on us. I don't have one right now.
I didn't have one today. Did y'all have anything to haul or share of anything that you picked up, or should
I can go real quick? Just anime this time around. I got Dead No Coil, the complete collection. This was on sale at Right Stuff, one of their what do you call it, daily deals or whatever.
Yeah.
For the original price was $64. Can you guess how much I paid for this? The full 26 episode series.
$9.99.
No. Nope.
15.
One.
Nope. $3.99.
Damn.
$4.
I win. I didn't go over. I said one.
Yeah. So I've never seen this, but it's been recommended to me on my channel before, and I wanted to give it a shot. It's like Ghost in the Shell mixed with Stand By Me, because it's young girls, and it's about VR, and there are hackings and murders and mysteries and all that stuff. So I'm gonna check it out pretty soon. And I got the Deer King movie. This was one of my most anticipated movies of this year, and I finally got it. Found it for cheap online, and yep, 2 more Blu-ray for the collection.
Nice.
That's all I got.
I don't have any manga or anything, but I can say I've been playing a game called Spiritfarer. It's been really fun.
I
kind of like
have a game. That is a beautiful game.
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna like it much when I first started playing, and then I was kind of like, oh, this is like a little bit like a Minecraft type of game where you're building a lot of things and doing menial tasks. And then yeah, the story is really good too.
It's super emotional. Like a bunch of the stories really mess you up. Like I cannot play this right now. I need a break. So it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I played. Yeah,
I've only gotten the first person to the end of their storyline.
Yeah.
So
I got, I think, 3 of them when I stopped. So on to the main topic. What do you got there, Riley?
Riley wants to show his shirt.
I was confused. I'm like, you hauled shirts and there was nothing involving Yu-Gi-Oh. Wait, hold up. There we go. Man, and we have no super chatters asking for shirt pics. That is disappointing.
He would have gone like wild.
I think I scared off the guy. Colleen, do you know about that story? The super chatter?
I know he or they popped in one time before asking to see Riley's shirt. So I know they exist.
So that person asked for, I think I was wearing a My Hero Academia shirt or something, a Deku shirt, and they wanted to see it. And I'm like, my guy, look, I'll show you from my seat. I'm not going to stand up. Not to disrespect you, but it sounds kind of creepy. I don't feel comfortable enough unless you want to do a higher super chat. Then I'm going to whore myself out. And like, if you want to do $20, I'll happily do that and I'll dance. And they disappeared. I think I scared them off, which was my intent, because that is super creepy. If you're asking full shirt, full screen,
yeah.
what exactly are you doing with those pictures? Are you going to get something to fetishize, or are you selling them? Are you going to use them to make your own shirts? I don't understand. And the thing was, it's a shirt you can find anywhere. I think I bought it or somebody gave it to me from a Walmart or Hot Topic or something like that.
Yeah.
I got Jinbei and Crocodile.
Hollow, reverse hollow, uncommon something.
I mean, they're both holographics.
Okay.
Jinbei has, I think, comic art. I don't know. Anyway, so main topic of the stream. We wanted to talk Moriking for a while. And other weird things, because Moriking is not at the top of everyone's mind. And Colleen, to be fair, has not read the whole thing yet. But maybe in this chat, as we talk about the series, Colleen will all of a sudden be like, I need to go read the rest of this series like ASAP. Because Moriking is fantastic. And the thing that I really love about Moriking is that even though it was canceled after 40-ish chapters, it has an ending that they could have stopped on. Honestly, they could have stopped at a certain point and then it went on for another 10 chapters.
Yeah.
But they could have stopped and it would have been perfect, and it's so good. And I love it and I miss it every day.
Me too, and I've only read 9 chapters.
So you're already a fourth way through.
See, I was like, I know
it's a pretty easy read. Or it's not a complicated book whatsoever, and it's more on the comedic side, so you can read it really fast. It's about this guy over here, Moriking. It's an anthropomorphic. Was it a rhinoceros beetle or what type of beetle is it? One of the beetles out there.
Is it rhinoceros?
Rhinoceros, or what was it?
Ringo.
Okay, that. And for some strange reason, it hatches and it comes out as a full-fledged naked dude without genitalia.
Literally, he's just standing there naked. That should be in the preview, right?
I think it's the first one, the first page.
Yeah. So here are the human characters. Let me zoom in. So what did you guys think of the human characters?
The sister is the straight man, and it can be funny at times. Yeah. But I wish she had more to do than just be the straight man.
And she's always reacting.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I would react too. Suddenly, smoke appears in your room, and there's this hot naked dude with a crown, and he's the king of the beetles.
So,
the insects.
And this is in the US, it's not as popular, but in Japan, it's pretty popular for kids to have beetles and stuff as pets.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's, the main dude, the main kid, the little brother, he's super excited because he gets his first, beetle that he's raising. And he's expecting when it hatches out of its cocoon, it's just going to be a regular, beetle. And that's what they're watching in the beginning of the show, or in the beginning of the series. And then all of a sudden he pops out and it's a full grown man. But the part that's funny is he doesn't have a reaction to that, really.
Oh, he's perfectly fine with it.
Like he's just like, yeah, that's my beetle. That's it. And
so his name is Shoko and Shota. I forgot their name. Sorry, Shoto.
Shota is
Shota.
like absolutely like this is just what it is. But Shoko, you know, like was stated, is always because she's like the straight man in the duo. She's always having the reactions, and so it's always super comedic, like to have the juxtaposition of like him being totally cool with everything and her being like, dude, this is not normal. What is going on?
Oh yeah. So yeah, it is a rhinoceros beetle, and Shota is the one that named him Moriking because he's the king of the forest, apparently. Let's see what else we got here in the previews. Okay, oh, here we go.
Well, fast forward back to the point where
it's pretty ripped. Appreciate that.
it's a pervert. I've never seen one in person before.
So it's a pretty simple premise, and eventually it's more of like the slice of life comedic aspects of them dealing with that, and now they got a new family member in the house, and eventually in the story more insects arrive to challenge Moriking, because that's what happens when you're the king. You get a lot of competition, and that introduces side characters and more of the humor in the series. Let's see more preview pages here. Yeah, that reaction cracked me up the first time I read it, with the sister bailing on, jumping out the window.
He goes and hugs him like there's just some naked dude in my room. I'm gonna go and hug him, and she's like, noping the fuck out of there.
Yeah. I don't know if we have. Is there any No, you don't have any. I wanted to highlight the side characters because we eventually get the other kid that's like a cockroach, and that's disgusting. And the other Shota has a friend who was it a butterfly? He's like a gangster or a yakuza type dude, and he's a personified or anthropomorphic butterfly. Or a moth. I think it was a moth or something like that. But yeah, overall, I think on the scale of weirdness, it's not like totally weird compared to what we're going to talk about next. But I think it's pretty fun, wholesome, and just bizarre humor straight from Japan, you know? I mean, Riley, you mentioned kids having pets over there. The closest thing we had in the West were the pet rocks back in the 70s.
But like bugs do something. Like I think the most common bugs that people will have is like an ant farm
or the sea monkeys, but those aren't insects.
Yeah, but like, you know, it's not too common. But I remember I read the series when I was trying to catch up with like everything that was in the magazine, and it was pretty young at the time, like maybe less than 20 chapters. And it was something that I immediately like fell in love with because it was so off the wall compared to everything else. And I was like, this is so good. Like, this is so great. It's just so weird and different from everything else. And that's something that like, I don't feel like we always have in the magazine. Like sometimes too many series are taking themselves a little too seriously. And it's nice to have something like this. That's not exactly a gag manga per se, like Roboco or High School Family, but like, because this has like ongoing story elements where it's a slice of life, but it has some action in it. There are some action scenes and some fights between the different bug characters, and it made this just feel like something altogether different. And I just like the idea, like when you present an idea like that, where it's like, oh, we got, you know, humanoid bugs, and then the more bugs you get introduced to, it's like, oh, let's see what it looks like when you have a humanoid stag beetle, a humanoid Hercules beetle, a humanoid butterfly, humanoid whatever. Like that's always fun, and to see that their personalities wind up being in the series.
I love all kinds of animals and insects and all that stuff. I love like biology and animal kingdom and all that stuff. So it was a real treat, like you said, to see all the different bugs and insects pop up. And that's a thing that would happen in certain regions of Japan where they would have insect fighting. And that actually happens in this. They literally have tournaments to determine the next king of the forest.
It wasn't
So,
one of the really, and it might have been one of the chapters that Colleen's already read. Didn't they have like a beetle fight, and he brings like
So they have a beetle fight at the school, or like a bug fight or whatever, and they put all the bugs in a ring, and then he's like, here's my bug, and Moriking is just kind of standing there in the ring with these 3 little bugs sitting around him, and they're all just like, okay, you win, and they're all like, yay, Moriking is the winner. And I think the sister is just like, is this not cheating?
like, it's just her being the straight person is funnier because like I feel like literally everyone goes with it. It's not just Shota that goes with it. It's like literally every character.
No one questions anything.
Yeah, like, no one has a problem with this, and she's the only one that's like, it's like, am I the only person that's sane around here?
I'm trying to look for the panel here because it is pretty funny.
That like that kind of humor, I don't know. I really like that kind of just strange humor, like juxtaposing such a strange situation into a normal setting. It just makes for such a fun series. And there's like another early panel was like him, wasn't he like crawling on a tree
to get the sap or something like that, and he's just there naked.
like and they're like, yeah, that's just, it's what they do.
Exactly. Eventually you see a stag beetle that is rival to the rhinoceros beetle. So it says it right here, join me, Moriking, let us rule this planet together. And he refuses, of course, because he's a good guy. And let's see. This is one of my favorite covers, if I can show it. Love this cover. And it's a shame that we never got physical editions. I would buy Moriking. I would keep it in my shelves.
Maybe we
only got the digitals.
Maybe we get like a 13 episode anime season or something for it, and then that leads them to print it.
It never got an anime either.
No, I'm saying maybe we could.
Oh, maybe, yeah. I mean, we just got what's the one that debuted? The Red Hood fairy tale thing. What's it called?
Hunter's Guild Red Hood.
Yeah, that got canceled, and they're putting out the 3 volumes. Why not Moriking that it actually concluded?
Yeah, it had more material and a story that actually concludes.
And I like it.
It has the Colleen, Moriking Colleen stamp of approval. Yeah, I like that they always have something blocking his wiener.
Although technically I don't think they have anything, but I don't know.
They should have just made them like Titans, where there's literally nothing there.
Yeah.
So like, he's a pervert. He's a stag beetle. Like, Shota knows what it's about.
I can't find the panel, but it was pretty funny, that scene with them wrestling.
Shirt guy's still not here.
No, I think
he's got more shirts to show.
Yeah, he doesn't want to see my Ebisu from Dorohedoro shirt.
Oh, that's pretty dope. I dig that.
She's the best.
Yeah. So yeah, you can get the digital edition for $7, which is weird. You even have the cover of what would be the North American cover. Right?
Yeah.
So that's always a little bit weird.
All the other covers on there on the
shop. The thing here, Moriking.
Yeah, they got all the covers.
Oh wait, do we have previews for all of them? Yes, let's go. Thank you. So that is the girl that helps them out, and she's a cockroach, which I find, or that type of insect, which is disgusting, but I dig it. Yeah, her name is what's her name again? I'm terrible with names. She's not a cockroach; she's a praying mantis.
It's this is the German cockroach.
Yeah, there we go. Moriking's retainer, unmatched speed, prefers confined spaces.
So they wear hats to hide their antenna.
Yep. There's Moriking. Oh yeah. Here's our king by the tree.
I was gonna say, one of the weird things about this series that I don't think I particularly like is every now and then the art, it's on the right side. The art just completely does a black shadow and it looks so like ominous and strange. They do it for like far
Dramatic.
away panels as well, like the one in the left. And it's just so strange looking every time.
Maybe that's why it was canceled. They just couldn't handle it.
I can't handle it. It seems so ominous and out of place. I'm like, is this a noir?
Let's see a little preview for Volume 3 here and the cover.
But it's all available on the app. If you have the Shonen Jump or Viz app, you can read the whole series. You don't have to buy the digital volumes for $7 a piece.
Or if you want to be adventurous, you can print out the stuff from the app and make your own book. Just don't sell it, because then they'll catch you and put you in jail or the gulag or something. I don't know, whatever the hell they do. This was actually pretty funny that the grandparents they go into the house and he's like, "Who the hell is this guy taking care of my grandkids?" Let's see over here. Yes, that's the preview for that, and the final volume doesn't really spoil anything, but it's a sweet cover. There we go. Oh, we get more of the characters here. Meo Zubachi. She's an Asian giant hornet. And Oki Samura. That was the Great Purple Emperor. So he's a butterfly. Yeah, Hercules beetle. Cool.
Yeah, that's where it's like they're getting into a lot of the action type stuff, because they introduce like pretty hardcore beetles.
Yeah, Hoshi King Tournament. Look at that guy.
Look at this like ultimate muscle looking motherfucker.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, you get a feel for the art, and if you got the app, you can read it for free. Because now they raised the price from was it $3?
It was
$4?
It was $1.99, and now it's
One. So that in a nutshell is Moriking. Pretty weird, but not weird as we're going to talk about next. Who wants to go first?
Riley can go first.
You're trying to save whatever your weird ass shit is for last. I feel like I'm gonna save. I pulled an anime as well, and I'm gonna save the weirdest one for last.
Okay.
I'm gonna go tame first.
Okay, do it.
I'll show like this is, and it's a popular series, but conceptually it's just wild. And like whenever we talk about it, we laugh a lot. And of course, that's the 100 Girlfriends. Really.
Not again.
So ridiculous and funny, and like I can't get over like how just the concept of this is so weird. Like he is destined and required to date 100 girls at the same time.
That's just not that full, so like I'm sure he
Or else I thought he was trying to get a word in.
I thought so as well.
Or else or else they'll die because they are his like soulmates. Every single one of them is his soulmates because there's an accident. So every single girl is actually one of his soulmates. And if he doesn't date them all at the same time, they will die. And somehow he like gets each of them to approve the relationship, like to be part of this potentially 100-girl harem for him. And every one of them is cool with it. And like they all have their own personalities. They all have their own relationships with him and with each other. And it's just like one of the most bizarre things. And I think that it's pretty self-aware as well, because the chapters just kind of jump into it every single time where they're just like, here's a new girl. And like, and you have like 10 girls standing all at once. And he's just like, hey, everyone, here's the new girlfriend. Hope y'all are cool with her. And at that, like, as it goes on, it's like they don't even put up a fight. And I think that's the weirdest thing to me is like these girls are just like undying love towards Rentaro, the main character. And I guess like maybe because they're soulmates, like they're predisposed to being in love with him. So like they're like, okay, I can share him with 100 people. It's just ridiculous. So that was my tame pick. I get that out of the way because I'm gonna get a little bit weirder as we go on.
Hell yeah, that's what we like to hear. Well, I'm gonna one up you, and we talked about this. I think it was November. I was bored this past or like 2 weekends ago, and I decided to read online. Probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyways. I read online The Great Snake's Bride, which we joked about a couple shows ago. So let me share the cover for that. It's this thing. If you guys don't know, I'm going to read the description real quick and give you my thoughts on it because it's actually surprisingly interesting and weird. Like, I got confused while I was reading it. The Great Snake's Bride from Kumo Fushiyashi. For 500 years, a giant snake god has lived in the ancient mountain. Mio, an unlucky young woman from a nearby village, has been offered as a tribute. She is to be the snake's bride. Mio always feared that the enormous talking snake would devour her whole, but once she's taken in by the god, he treats her like a wife rather than a meal. His flicking tongue vibrates through gentle words. His powerful, slithering body wraps around her in an embrace. This god is kinder than his monstrous form implies, and Mio thinks she could learn to appreciate the non-human form his love takes. What does it truly mean to be the bride of a beast? This is...
That flicking tongue, though.
Yes, unfortunately, there are some really creepy, sexy scenes in this manga, but for the most part, it's actually a pretty compelling, like feudal Japan story set in those times. I'm used to this sort of thing because I read up on folklore and yokai and old tales and all that stuff aside from manga. So I know that this kind of thing happened in those stories. So I wasn't too surprised. The snake is actually pretty smart and, like I read in the description, treats the main character of Mio more like a companion because he's all alone in the mountain. She had a pretty sad upbringing. Unfortunately, she lost her father due to him being accused of murdering somebody. It turned out it wasn't, of course. And he was falsely accused and he lost his life because of it. So years later, she's been raising her brother because their mother is still in grief and shock and never recovered. And so she's sort of not really there and is at home almost 24/7. So they make the decision to sacrifice her to the snake god, but In turn, it's sort of a relief for her as now she can sort of have this new life, I guess. She's sad that she can't be in the human town, but now has a different opportunity, a new lease on life. And in the mountain, she gets to know different critters and creatures, and one of them happened to be my favorite character, who's a 100 year, or I think it was a 200-year-old Tanuki. That's sort of a smartass, but he's actually pretty funny. And when the snake is hibernating or asleep or whatever, the Tanuki will have conversations with Mio, so you get more dialogue from them. And the relationship, yes, is certainly weird to have a snake and a human get it on, but it does happen. There are a couple sexy chapters where they show you uh, how the pairing would occur, and I was a little bit confused and bothered and thought it was creepy and weird, but read it anyways. So it does go into more stories involving the town and the origin of the snake, and the snake does have enemies, and they do appear. And there's a mystery involving the accusation of the character's father and all that stuff. So it was surprisingly interesting and a lot more in depth than what I assumed. Because when I saw the title, like anybody else, I thought, oh, this is going to be like a smut bestiality manga. And it is, but it has more to offer than just that. Great Snake's Bride is good, but it's wild. I think that is the appropriate response to that. Also, the art is really good. I like the character designs, and the snake and the animals are well rendered, and it all looks really nice. I'm trying to look for some preview images here, but they're super tiny, so I'm having trouble finding that while I talk to you guys on air. So what do you guys think? Is that something you would check out? Because this is being put out by Seven Seas in, I believe, April or something like that.
Hey, I already said I wanted to read this when we first started talking about it.
Heck yeah. And there's a scene where she's super freaked out by a snake doing the thing, and he's upset about that and respects her wishes and is a gentleman about it. So it's not like somebody's being R-worded and all that. It's more consensual. So it wasn't totally weird. It was still weird as hell, but not like super bizarre, where I was like, no, I ain't reading this. I kept going, and I thought it was pretty interesting.
At this point, I at least try the start of anything. Like I give everything a try. The only stuff that I really don't try is like most like isekai stuff, because there's way too many of them, and they're all pretty much very much the same as one another. And I don't try every BL or GL that comes out unless the plot sounds really cool. So I was going to pick this one up, but I'm glad to know that it's pretty good.
Yeah. Just keep in mind, you're going to see some sexy time between a giant snake and a wholesome lady.
That's okay.
A couple of questions before we go with Colleen's pick. Wait a minute. Damn it. Where was it? Sorry. I can't find it. Anyways, Colleen, what you got?
I'll do My Righteous Older Brother one first. This one I'm pretty sure is digital only. I can't remember what site it's on, but technically it doesn't seem like it would be a weird series, but when you get to the end, I'm not going to spoil it, but it is weird. When you get to the end, you're like, oh, this is the most messed up thing I have ever read.
Awesome.
Basically, this girl lives on her own, and her brother is like missing, and she hasn't seen her brother in years, and she doesn't know what happened to him. She doesn't know where he is, but she believes that he's still alive, just like a gut feeling. And there happens to be a guy who reminds her of her brother. So at first she thinks it might be her brother. But it turns out it's not. It's this guy who's on the right in this cover image. And he's just kind of like this guy who has a hard time falling asleep. And for some reason, whenever he's with her, he can sleep better. And then a lot of stuff happens. There's a lot of twists and turns in this one. And then you get a really messed up ending. It's hard to say how messed up this one is, but it's so weird.
Is it weird in the like what kind of weird? Like a romantic kind of weird, like a
It's weird and like
violent?
Not violent. God, I don't know how to explain it without like spoiling stuff, but like it's weird in the way where you don't think it would be a logical conclusion to the relationship between these two characters.
Okay.
And the conclusion they come to is very messed up.
All right. So what's the title of that again? For
My Righteous Older Brother.
And the writer, I'm looking for the author.
It's Mori. Satoshi Mori.
Satoshi. Good old Satoshi. God bless him. This is labeled as a drama, mystery, romance, psychological.
Very psychological.
Okay. And it ran, I'm looking at the stats, 4 volumes, 16 chapters. So that's a quick read. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty easy read other than the material.
Do you think this would make for a physical edition that people might be interested in?
Personally, I would say so. I mean, like, I would buy it because it was a really good series and I would love to read it again. I feel like people would be pretty interested in this one. I'm trying to think of like other examples of like psychological series like this one. Yeah. I mean, I would say it's probably in the same realm as like Blood on the Tracks, maybe, or that author's work. So it's like in that line of psychological weirdness where it's like, this is like weird. It's messed up. It's so hard to explain.
I dig it. Let's see if I can find some pages here that I can show. Nope. No, it's just the main image that I'm seeing, like the one I have on screen. And if I type the name, oh, here it is. Here we go. Okay. Does this have anything I should be wary of before I share my screen?
Oh, there is one scene, but I don't know if it's going to show up, and it's not super explicit.
All right. Let's do this. Oh, God. You can sort of see the art right there. Okay.
So I believe this author is twin sisters with another author who has been published in English once before as well. Their series is called Flower in a Storm. It's just like a quick 2-volume that we got from Shoujo Beat. But I always get the two of them confused because their art looks so similar.
It's like Masashi Kishimoto and Seishi Kishimoto, like their art looks almost the exact same.
Where I question if they truly exist.
Is Seishi really a real person, or did Masashi just want to do something else while he was doing Naruto?
Yeah, it could be his pen name, extra pen name or something. Okay, that's pretty cool. Who's next?
I am next. So I'm gonna. This is a recent one that I read the other night, and like, it's like, okay. So we talked about it before. I bought it as we were getting off of the stream, and that's Our Torsos Align.
You bought the book.
Monster X, Human X Monster Love, baby. So it's an anthology. It's pretty thick. It's like 300 something pages. It's got a bunch of different stories about different types of monsters and like relationships with humans. But it's like, it's not just like romance. Like it goes places in here.
Yep.
Like, it's like
I read 2 of the chapters, so I can vouch for you.
so you have the first one is a bird person, and then it's a mermaid, and then homunculus, an inhuman flower, which is like kind of the weirdest of the stories because I didn't expect it to go in a certain direction. And then there's a 2-parter, the torso warrior, which like just the torso warrior themselves, and then the chief's story and some bonus stuff. So the torso warrior is literally like just a torso. They don't have legs, they don't have arms, they just have wings on their heads and like these like tentacle things that they use to.
It's an odd choice.
Like these tentacles right there, they come out of their butts, and like they tweet it out. Like someone literally is like, the tentacles are coming out of his butt, and he gets kind of like upset at them mentioning that. But like
the art's pretty good, in my opinion.
Yeah, and there was that other series that's coming out from the same artist, right? That we were looking at before.
Yep.
So the thing that was weird with this is I go in there expecting, because it's like a beautiful exploration of supernatural love. And so I'm expecting all of them to be just romance stories. But it's like not really just romance. Like every story is kind of very different from one another. And I want to talk about, that's the one that we were talking about.
We talked about it last week.
I want to talk about the flower one because
show the flower, please, for everybody watching.
Have you read that one?
I read. There was a small preview thing from a legit site. They had like a 2-chapter thing, and I saw a part of the flower one.
So this guy, and that's a homunculus on the other side, but this dude, he's sitting down having tea or whatever with a inhuman flower, and this is the flower person. It's fun. A woman with I don't know what type of flower that is. I'm not a herbologist or whatever. Just for a head. And it's like them having a conversation. And I'm going to spoil this because the weirdest part about this book is the end of this chapter. So if you don't want spoilers for this.
Wait a minute. Just in case. Spoilers for the flower porn thing that we're going to talk about.
So he talks with her. They sit and he's talking about floral artistry. And he's like, it's the art of truly loving flowers. He's like talking to her about how much he loves flowers and stuff like that. And it gets to the end, and like he's going in, like he's touching the flower lady and stuff.
Oh,
like
boy.
He wants that flower lady.
You know what's awesome about this? Sorry to interrupt. We're literally showing a sexy book, and nobody can do anything about it. Because technically, you're not seeing anything that would get us banned.
That's how you get around censors.
Yep.
You just make everything a flower.
He takes her like to a bus stop, like after, groping the flower, I guess. And it's not a flower. Like it's an actual real woman that he's been talking to. And she like goes off and she's like, that go-getter attitude was pretty darn cute. It wouldn't hurt to try going out with him for a bit, I guess. And then he stands and he's like shuddering. And he goes, red looks so good on that white flower. I have to prepare before she comes to my place. I'll need a vase to hold her beauty.
Yo.
He was like going to take her home and cut her up and put her in a vase and shit. I was like, what? What? That was like that twist got me. Like because the other stuff, it's like, yeah, I don't know. That twist got me. But
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
so I can show y'all to let y'all recover from serial killer flower lover dude.
So I like that it's not literally about like monster sex. It's more like metaphorical and all that. That's cool.
Yeah, that threw me off because I was not expecting
If
anything.
we weren't making jokes about it, you wouldn't have gotten that book and you wouldn't have experienced that. So that's awesome.
No,
Yeah.
and the artwork is beautiful regardless of like anything. Where's the page that I'm looking for? There's a specific page of it that I'm looking for that I want to show
There's
y'all.
no explicit sex shown in this book, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
That
no
looks like it. Yeah.
explicit about it, but where the hell is the damn page that I'm looking at? I wanted to show y'all the page where the someone mentions that the torso person has stuff coming out. Yeah, it's coming out of his butt, and they mention he's like, yeah, the stones, they're expanding like tree branches. It's moving on its own. What's going on? And then he goes, it's coming out of his butt. He's like, I'm sorry, you cannot see the other side now. Yeah, so he's got the tentacle things coming out of his butt. The torso creatures, though, like I very confused by what they were supposed to be, but they're very intriguing either way. And there's an image, I think the cover image for chapter 2, that shows like a bunch of them together. And that's the end of chapter 1. You get a bunch of torso things.
Torso gang. That's pretty cool. I like that art a lot.
Yeah.
They also have Mad K out from Sublime under their other pen name Ryo Suzuri. Suzuri, whatever.
Yeah, I think it said that on the back of Riley's
Yeah.
book.
It said from by the creator of Mad K.
So would you recommend this book to people?
It's good. Like it's if you want specifically like
It's pretty out there.
range romance, like that's the best I can, and like you're open to anything. Like it's fun, and it's a lot of different types of stories too. Like as you can see, the flower person one ended in him like being a serial killer that was seeing his target as a flower. You know.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
For some reason in my mind, what I thought you were trying to say is that she was wearing a costume and she took her costume head off. She was a person underneath. And so he actually thought she was a flower and she was like in a costume. That's what I thought you were saying.
No.
But no, he was imagining. Okay, I get it now.
Had delusions that she's a flower. As you read it, like she's a flower person the whole time, and you get to like the last couple pages, and all of a sudden she goes inside the building or whatever, and or inside the train, and she's an actual woman, and it's not until the very last page that you that they give you the fact that he's just like, oh, the red would look great on you. I need to get a vase prepared when I get home, bruh.
It's a freak for murder and flowers.
Yeah, I was shooketh after that one. I was like, what?
The homunculus story is also more a story of parental love, family love.
That's it. It's not all romance love and stuff.
It's like love, like love vague.
I'm gonna become the king of pirates.
Hey, look at you! Nice.
I don't know if that's one of the good cards or not, but I got it.
What if that card's like $1,000 worth?
It is your turn plus 1,000. So it says
there you go.
There you go.
Yep.
All right, Gio, what do you got?
I got nothing else. I only had the Moriking and the serpent.
Okay, so Colleen, is this next one? Is this your big one?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, then I'll do my big one next.
Oh, so this one is called Ogeha. I think that's how you say it. You'll see the You'll see the girl when Gio pulls it up.
Yes, I'm looking for that. Let me prepare everybody. I need to actually update the thumbnail because that's pretty wild.
Yeah, once we see the picture, I'll start saying what the premise is.
Okay.
We gotta get the full effect.
I haven't
Don't
seen
freak out, guys. You're safe. We're safe. It's not gonna hurt you.
I have seen this. What the shit?
So it was one that I posted on Twitter the other day.
Yes.
That it's a josei that I would like to have licensed because it looks so messed up. Yeah, so it's not just this creepy art of this humanoid bug girl that's messed up, but the story is as well. So this girl is like an alien, kind of, from what I could gather in the first volume. She's an alien that comes down to Earth, and this high school boy, is like looking out his window, and he sees her pod coming down, and he follows it to a local park. And he finds her in her little pod, and she's like sucking up the life out of everything around her. But in the midst of that, he takes a branch and he carves out the pod, and she just falls out. And then he takes her home. And basically, it's an abuse story about this high school kid abusing this creature that he found and treating her like she's not a humanoid bug that can imitate speech. And he like makes her sleep in a cardboard box, and he doesn't feed her, and she tries to escape, but he won't let her escape. And then it kind of turns into like a, oh God, what's the word when like someone captures you and then you like start to like them?
Syndrome. What's the syndrome?
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, it kind of turns into like a Stockholm syndrome thing with her, because at one point he has to run away from home, and she could leave, but she doesn't because she's kind of like dependent on him now. And all the while, her bug, I don't know if they're brethren or overlords or what they are, but they're trying to find her.
Your homies. Her homies.
Yeah. They're trying to find her because she hasn't completed her transformation yet. But she clearly has like not a good power for humans because she can suck the life out of people. But yeah, this high schooler is messed up in the brain.
You know what was funny before, because I didn't know that that's what you're talking about, but I did see that whenever you posted it the other day, and my literal reaction when I saw it was, I was like, what is this splice bullshit? And that's what Gio said before the show, like when you told him and he looked at the image and he was saying like, this looks like splice. That's exactly what I thought, was, what is this splice? And I don't know, I'm nice, and I didn't say anything when you posted it. Like I almost commented and I was like, Colleen, what the hell is this?
You could have.
But I was like, I'm just gonna leave it. Like I'm sure they have.
You know what people say on my threads. You're gonna leave it.
I was like, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not gonna touch it.
Somebody tattooed the character on their arm on Twitter, and I'm seeing a picture of that. Like, whoa, that's gnarly.
So this is only a 3-volume series, only 15 chapters. It doesn't have official English translations, but I would like to have it at some point because it's a very interesting series so far. And the relationship between these two is very interesting.
Colleen says, I don't like horror, and then pulls this stuff out.
Somebody wrote in, I'm going to translate it, it's in Spanish. Somebody wrote on Twitter about this image. This is me and the cockroach the raid failed to kill. It's pretty messed up and creepy, actually. Because I thought it was like a praying mantis type thing, but it's more like a butterfly, right?
It's like a praying mantis and a butterfly because her arms are like wings, and the way she can't really walk around. Like in any way. She just kind of like slithers because her arms are like not, there's no bone in it.
Okay.
So she kind of just like flails around.
Not gonna lie, if I see that, I'm going to freak out and spray the kit with Raid. Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I'd buy it, but I hate it. It's terrifying. It's awful.
I'm gonna read it and find out for myself what happens. Because it sounds great.
So the reaction you guys are having to it is very funny. Like seeing her is very funny because like the high school kid just keeps calling her gross. He's like, "Oh, you're so gross. You're so disgusting," but like he won't let her leave. So I find that really funny that you guys are also like, "This is gross. This is weird."
But I'm gonna read it.
Yeah, for sure.
You
want to look at the tattoo I mentioned?
Yeah.
This is weird that I'm posting this, but whatever. This is from somebody on Twitter.
I hope they don't mind. It's such a good tattoo also.
For such a random ass character to get on your arm. I don't know. Like I get it. You like the manga or whatever, but like damn.
It's a huge tattoo also. Like
Yeah.
that you're just gonna go out there with this like splice insect
monstrosity and people are like, what the hell is this? Are you okay?
I think the hair is not the hair, and then the hair covering the boobs. That's like the part that makes it creepier, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because like you can tell that she doesn't really like there's not hair all over the head. It's just like in certain places.
Yeah.
It's the creepiest part for me is the arms.
The wings.
Really?
Yeah.
Not the torso and the legs and holy shit.
The wings, like I don't know, man. Like,
and the elf ears.
Because
I think it's the bulb on the back for me that I'm like, I don't like that.
It's like she's got like seal flippers. It's like Tusk. It's like the movie Tusk.
Here's another
tattoo.
No. Sorry, another drawing.
It's like a whole legion of people who are so dedicated to this series.
It's pretty low res. Sorry. Oh no, I just had it zoom in. Sorry. It shipped from zonama.jp. Cool.
It's almost Amazon backwards.
Yeah.
It's Amanaz backwards.
Oh, look, he says it right there. Gross.
But he's smiling. He's like, gross.
Yo, this is pretty gross, yo. So, Colleen, I think you won. Unless Riley has something even.
Riley's got to one-up me.
I'm gonna try. Let's see. And I'm cheating a little bit because it's not a manga. It is a movie, an animated movie from. Sorry, one moment. It's from.
Drum roll, please.
South Korea. Called Achi and Sipak.
I've seen that cover, but I've never watched the film.
I watched this by less than legal means, and then I thought about it again years later, and I found it for like literally $3. And so I was like, I want this in my collection. I can't say what it's about properly, so I'm just going to read the plot off of Wikipedia for y'all so that you can know, because it's been so long since I've seen it that I'm going to skip a lot of stuff. But
yeah.
Okay, so Achi and Sipak. Give you the cover once again. Here's the Achi and Sipak. There's this girl on the side with her big bulbous blue lips and hair. And on the back, there's all these little blue guys. And there's a big blue guy. Mm-hmm. And the girl, she's in her underwear. That's all. Like, so now you have the visuals. Somewhere in the future, mankind has depleted all energy and fuel sources. However, they've somehow engineered a way to use human excrement as fuel. People started to build the new city by making new energy with their excrement. Soon after, the city's leaders announced 2 legislations to generate and control the new energy, including installing ID chips in each citizen's anus to monitor the defecation level, providing providing an addictive juicy bar to citizens in return. Soon enough, defecation amounts have skyrocketed and the city becomes full of addicts due to the juicy bar's strong addictive qualities. An illegal juicy bar trade, these are like popsicles is what they are. They're blue popsicles. Juicy bar trade becomes prevalent and its side effects has created dumb pint-sized mutants. Those are the little blue guys. The mutants later organize a gang plundering juicy bars, later becoming known as the Diaper Gang. Section 4 travels back to the city filled with juicy bars, with police officers in their motorcycles for protection until the Diaper Gang hijacks it and kills everyone. They succeed but fail as Gecko comes to kill off once all gone. Achi and CPAC returns to the city. Achi and CPAC are street hoodlums who struggle to survive by trading black market juicy bars. Through a chain of events involving their porn director acquaintance, Jimmy the Freak, they meet a porn star named Beautiful. That's the girl with the blue hair and lips, who gets a pink ring inside her butt, which makes her defecations rewarded by exceptional quantities of juicy bars. For that reason, Beautiful is also wanted by the violent blue mutants known as the Diaper Gang, led by the Diaper King, the police, most notably the cyborg officer Gecko, and others.
How was that still going? How did you keep going?
I love that it one-upped itself with every sentence. Like it kept going and going and going. I'm like,
okay, so
oh,
there's energy now by human poop. Okay, all right, whatever. Humans are given juicy bars because of that. Now you've got ID chips inside their anuses. All right. And then I think the next after that, they're like, oh, and juicy bars are addictive. They've created pint-sized mutants called the Diaper Gang. There's a black market juicy bar, and then there's a porn star with a thing inside her butt that makes exceptional quantities of juicy bars.
That's amazing.
That's my pick for the weirdest. I don't know. You tell me.
Did you like it? You watched it and you like it and you own it. Would you recommend it for people to watch?
I don't know. I watched I watched it the way that y'all were listening to me explain it. That was the way I watched it. I was like, huh? What? And I went into it not knowing anything. I was on the website, watchcartoononline.io or whatever. And I was looking, and because it's AA, it's like an Aaron situation. It's like the first thing alphabetically. I was like, what the shit is Aachi and CPAC? And so I clicked on it and I clicked play because I wanted to know what the hell, like, what is this? And I knew it was not American. I knew it was not going to be Japanese. So I was like, what is this? Where is it from? What is it? And I just started watching it. And it was one of those, like, it was a complete just train wreck. I could not stop watching it. I don't know if I recommend this at all. But it's 82 minutes.
Did you pay a lot for it?
Huh?
Did you pay a lot for it?
No, it was literally like $3. Because whenever I watched it years ago, and then I thought about it literally earlier this year, just it popped in my head, and I was like, I wonder if that movie is out like physically. And I found it, and it was literally $3, and I was like, you know what? This is so weird. Like, this is one of the weirdest things I've ever experienced in my life. I have to have it. Like $3, it's mine. I'm getting it, man. And I don't know. Y'all can watch it if you want, but it's poop and juicy bars. That's the whole movie. Poop and juicy bars and a porn star.
Well, now I want to know, since this is like Riley's pick for weird movie that he just happened upon, Gio, do you have one of those as well? Like a weird movie you just happened to find and like it has scarred you for life?
I need to think about it, but there's probably something. Let me check my list of movies that I've seen.
So the one for me, this is a whole story. So I went over to a friend's house for a sleepover, and before we got to the movie portion, I was already traumatized because they did the prank of putting toothpaste inside Oreos instead of the cream. Gross. I ate 3 of them thinking they were mint Oreos.
Oh my God.
And because we had this like bowl of pudding, I was like dipping them in.
Oh.
And so I didn't really taste any of the toothpaste, but I had consumed 3 of them before my friends said anything to me. So that whole night, I was like on the verge of just projectile everywhere. So I was already not feeling great. And then for some reason, they thought it was a great idea to put on this random Netflix movie. And I always forget the title of it, but it was like Mutant Vampire Zombies from the Hood. It was like one of those really, really, really crappy production movies. And for some reason, they thought it would be a great thing to watch. It was like not even rated. That's how disgusting and horrible it was. But they put it on and we were watching it. And it's like this green gas comes over the city and the hood turns into like a zombie apocalypse zone. And this guy who I think he was like a cop or a former cop or something is like trying to get through. Yes. Oh my God.
That
He's
looks
like
amazing.
trying to get through the hood.
It's the end of the
And
world, yo.
the thing that I remember that I was feeling the toothpaste in my body, and the one part was they were at a strip club with zombie strippers, and then one of the zombies went to the private parts of a guy and it was viscerally eating it off of them. It was so gross. I literally was in the bathroom like for the next 30 minutes thinking I was gonna hurl because I had that image in my head and toothpaste in my body.
Oh, boy.
And that is the worst movie I have ever seen because of all these factors.
That's rough. Especially the Oreos. That affected me.
I cannot believe they let me eat 3 of them. You would think they would be like, haha, we got you with 1.
Or at
And
least
then-
after the first one, like, and you're going for the second one, they'll be like, no, don't do it. We did this. Like, sorry.
Yeah, but they
But
didn't
they let you
care.
do
They only told me that they told me because they were worried I would ruin the pudding.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
So they didn't care about you at all.
No, they didn't. I was like, okay, you guys wanted to kill me.
I think you told me just about the Oreo part before, because I
Probably.
remember talking about also having like someone did that prank when I was in high school, and I also like ate like 2 of them.
Yeah, I think we were talking about the mint ice cream debate, and I was like, I've inhaled 3 things of Oreos with toothpaste in it. I think I know what toothpaste tastes like.
Yeah. But yeah, mine, I ate one of them, and like I like grabbed a couple cookies and I ate the first one and was like, huh, minty. And and the guy that did that was like, bro, I put toothpaste in them. And I was like, eh. And I ate the second one like when he told me that. But yeah, it did make me feel sick.
Oh
like
God, I'm actually thinking of it right now. I do not feel well. Anytime I think of it, I get the feeling that I might again.
well,
It was traumatizing.
it's something a little less traumatizing is another shirt from my box. I finally got a
Hey.
slam dunk shirt. Yeah, baby. Slam dunk
Nice.
shirt, baby. I got Don't Cry, and he is cry.
Don't cry for me,
He
Argentina.
is cry.
And he
Slam
is
dunk shirt. The slam dunk shirt is real.
Got Patrick Ewing there with the other guy. I'm looking for panels for the Snake manga because I did not feature any of them when I was talking earlier. And some of them I cannot show on here because they're a little bit too freaky. That's pretty cool.
Got some spicy snake manga.
hit him with the red pomp.
So that was all T Public?
Yes. And
Nice.
here's the only non-black one I got. Power, baby.
That's awesome. With the synthwave? Hell freaking yes. I love that.
Got the image from the opening.
Yep. The synthwave puts it over the top. That's one of my favorite things.
Here's a One Piece cross guild with
That's
Buggy,
pretty cool. I like the color. Yeah.
the boy on there, the number one, the best, Buggy the Clown. Here's the Hamtaro again.
Yeah.
Here's another.
So let me remind everybody while you're doing that the books that we talked about, especially I don't know about Ogeha and the other one with my right older brother, but I'm pretty sure Snake Bride is going to be available at In Stock Trades, our official sponsor, where you can get your favorite books, get your omnibus, trade paperbacks, hardcovers, manga, and so much more, up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts, tack on an extra 2% to that. If you make an order week by week, you get that 2%. And if it's a $50, if it's a 50% discounted book, you get it for 52%. That's fantastic. Wonderful customer service. That's a dope shirt. Great packaging at InStockTrades.com, the official sponsor of Omnibroslive here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. Let me also remind you that 2 Mondays from now, the last Monday of the year, we're going to give out the last IST gift card valued at $50, courtesy of In Stock Trades. So you got to participate in the chat on that night. You get a $50 gift card, and you can buy a bunch of books. Also, that's great from Chainsaw Man. I always forget to do this, but we are on a bunch of platforms aside from YouTube. Sorry, Riley, wait a minute. You can find us on radio, Apple, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Amazon Music, Spotify. Just type Omnibros Live or Omnibus Collectors, I guess. I don't know. Omnibros Live, and you'll see us there, especially on Spotify. We have a bunch of subscribers, close to 100 people already on Spotify. That's great. Thank you, everybody.
Back to our regular schedule.
Riley just like, all right, I'm ready.
Nice. Wait a minute. How many shirts did you get? Holy.
What?
Damn, dude. Nice. About a whole wardrobe.
I was having a bad day and I decided to do some retail therapy.
Nice. What's that one from? Is that JoJo?
Yeah, Diego from part
Diego
7.
Luna? Oh.
Yeah. Here's I didn't have a part 8 shirt, so I got one. Kind of a vaporwave type thing. With Josuke.
Baz reads books. The Power shirt and all the shirts are from TeePublic. You can get them for cheap, and they constantly put them out at discount for like $13.
Okay, that was it. That's all.
That's all. How many shirts was that? Like 20?
17.
Damn.
Goodness. You're a shirt guy, Riley. You're a shirt and shoes guy.
Yeah. At Colleen, that may actually be a post-traumatic flashback.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Let me show you some snake action right here. Don't worry, nothing too revealing. I just wanted to highlight the art because I think it's fantastic. I love the characters, and the snake looks good too. Like that.
And this time we know it's not just photos.
Oh, like from Gigant. Yeah. So the snake is helping her because now she's taking care of the shrine where they live. So she's the wife, and she's getting all the food and all that stuff. And he's helping her out by fishing. Right there. So they're about to kiss, but they don't because she's embarrassed. And he's a snake. He wants to do the thing, So he's a little horny. What are you gonna do? But here's one of my favorite panels when she first meets him. Orochi, the 500-year-old Lord of the Mountain. Pretty intimidating. It's like Anaconda, but sexier. Anaconda, the Jennifer Lopez movie. Yes, I went there. All righty. Anybody got anything else they want to talk about? Any other weird manga? There are a lot of weirder stuff out there, and I feel like we could come back and make a couple videos with more weird selections, because that's what's fun about manga compared to like comics. You find some really messed up stuff in Japan.
Yeah, we're like barely scratching the surface, but we gotta find something to outdo Colleen's Splice Bug Girl and my poop manga or anime.
Yeah.
That's our goal for the next time we do this.
Like
We gotta outdo the previous one.
where
the previous
everyone's
winner.
gonna like go off and like it's the mission to go track down just the weirdest shit, and it's like we're coming back together. Like, all right, what did we find this time? Like, scavenger.
So at some point next month, we're gonna come back and do it and get you at least 6 more, 2 per person.
We'll be on the
So
lookout
that's
for some
gonna be
new
fun.
ones.
I'll have to go scour my library, and because I'm sure I have some other really weird ones that I just didn't think of off the top of my head, but I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head of anything that I could outdo the poop one with.
Yeah. So, gang in the chat, if you got any other questions, I got like 2 more minutes before we close this thing off. Moriking, Colleen, where can people find you on the interwebs when you're not here with us?
You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Colleen's Mangarex. On Instagram, on Twitter at manga_nostalgic. And then don't forget, tomorrow is the Shojose Award winners. That's happening over on my Twitch, which is, once again, Colleen's Mangarex.
Nice. I don't want to say that. It sounds weird.
Omnibussy.
Omnibussy. What about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me at YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at the Omnibus Collector, and on TikTok at Omni Collector. And if I'm able to, I'm gonna try and film my first haul in like 6 months tomorrow.
Oh, God.
Before I
Get
leave.
ready for an 1.5-hour video, folks, because it's going to be a long ass haul.
I'm not gonna do everything from the past 6 months. Just my notes.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, there's no
He's
way.
got all those shirts he's got to show.
Yeah, I gotta show off. No, I'm not.
Every time you cut away and do like a shot of a book, and then you come back to you put on a different shirt.
New shirt.
And don't say anything. Just randomly show up with different shirts per take. Myself, you can find me on my channel. It's A Week in Geekdom, where I talk about anime and manga. I've been trying all day to put out a video, but I got some copyright shenanigans that I got to take care of. So it's ready, and it's not ready. So after this, I'm going to work on it and upload it. So look forward to that, where I review way too many shows, and it's a long ass video. So I do appreciate if you guys can check it out when it's up, because I know like long videos, people just don't want to watch them, but I don't care. It's my channel, right? Tasty Melon had a question, and that, I think that was the one that I forgot earlier. Sorry about that. What are the chances Beastars and or Chainsaw Man get a hardcover edition like Parasite and Berserk?
Well, Viz doesn't really.
Or maybe in that style, you know. I would say not necessarily in like the Berserk Deluxe edition, but maybe one day Chainsaw Man gets a different edition because it's popular enough. I don't think Beastars will get it though. I think we're good with the signature editions.
Not Beastars. Like, I don't think Beastars will, because like the anime is like popular, but I don't know. It's not like super duper out of this world.
It only has 1 season left that they're going to do next year, I think.
Yeah,
or
and
the other year, I don't know.
I feel like it's one of those like fringe popular kind of series.
yeah, it's one of those, like, those who dig it are very vocal about how much they dig it. Like myself, Gio, I know you enjoy it.
Yes, I love anthropomorphic animal stories.
But it's not at that same level of like just popularity widespread as what Chainsaw Man has. But it's also not extremely common for Shonen Jump titles to get re-released in nicer editions. Like if you think back, like on every single Shonen Jump series, the only ones that have like nicer editions are Dragon Ball Z have like the Bizbigs. Rurouni Kenshin has Bizbigs. Death Note has the black editions, and then like JoJo's has the hardcovers. But JoJo's technically wasn't re-released. They just started the new from the beginning as those hardcovers to emulate the JoJoniums, and then eventually through that re-released Part 3, which is the only one that got paperback. So the chances, I think, are extremely low unless they start doing more prestige edition releases. Yeah, it's not to be mean, but I basically, yeah, it ain't happening is what my answer would be.
I think Chainsaw Man will get at least the box set, like the same one that put out in Europe and Japan.
Yeah, I think that would be likely to happen as a box set, but not premium format releases. The ones that like series that have been re-released by Viz in bigger editions or like thicker editions, even I guess, like Naoki Urasawa's stuff. It was usually because the older ones had gone out of print. Like so if like they let Chainsaw Man singles go out of print, maybe, but I doubt that they would because the single editions sell so well. I just really, I would be extremely surprised if it ever happened.
Oh, there you go. Sorry to bum you out, but thank you for asking, Tasty Mullet. Appreciate it as always.
Here's a constellation holographic crocodile.
Let's see if I miss any other question before we wrap up. Let's see. James mentioned earlier, yes, don't forget the Viz Shonen Jump app will have a price increase from $1.99 to $2.99 next month or next year. And Super Laugh Hard, thank you for joining. I missed your comment. I'm so sorry. Hold on. This is kind of weird, but I'll highlight it. Santa Mrs. Peeps who tickle the like button. Go ahead and do that. But the actual question was, is the new hardback release for Ghost in the Shell the complete story? Yes. Yes. It's all in one. Don't worry about it. You can get that fake omnibus edition for Ghost in the Shell. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'll be back next Monday with hauls, previews, and reads. And then on Wednesday, a comic book episode. And on Thursday, a manga episode. You get it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you to the chat. You guys are fantastic. Thank you to, I guess I took over the hosting duties here.
That's okay.
For my lovely co-host. Thank you, everybody watching later. Let us know in the comment section what you thought of all the random wacky thoughts coming from the three of us and all the books that we talked about. And that's it. Stay safe. Catch you guys on the next stream. Subscribe and all that jazz. You know what to do.